Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We're here in nature. How to stay positive. Everywhere you go, there is a banner saying, just be positive. Someone completely disrespects you. Just be positive. You find out your wife or husband is having an affair. Hey, just keep it positive. You are seeing that many of us on the planet are living in a low vibration and the state of the world needs to change. Don't worry about it. Just be positive. What's helped me along my journey, be positive, is to understand, understand, and overstand the science of polarity, of duality. Right now, I am barefoot on the grass and it feels amazing. The whole of Earth's surface is filled with negative ions. And these negative ions promote health within the body. They help get rid of the excess of positive ions being generated within the body, which can produce degenerative diseases. So this perfect balance between negative and positive ions is what creates a beautiful homeostasis within the body. Many times growing up as children, if we can remember back then, we are told that a negative feeling is not allowed. We have to behave how our parents want us to behave. So we end up suppressing our emotions. The more you go through life pretending, suppressing, denying, you will continue to suffer, because we have to live our truth. We have to say, I have had enough of this, and be a pioneer of the future. We don't become positive by sugarcoating our emotions. We become positive by expressing our emotions. Be in the now. I talk of that. And what that means is seeing that the mind is always attempting to go in the past or the future. That is the ego. But the subconscious mind lives in the present moment. So the more we become our body by going into nature, stretching, doing exercise, breathing deep from the base of our spines, now we inhale these negative ions and we become neutral, because we already have an abundance of positive ions within the body. I say that it's not about just focusing on the light. We also have to embrace our shadow land. I didn't just appear on the scene talking about love and light and singing Kumbaya under a tree. I was diving deep since a long time ago, let's just say that. Diving into areas like the pineal gland, lucid dreaming. This is not positive stuff. There's a lot of so-called darkness when you delve into these areas. But at the same time, this is what illuminates us. And because of that, we have inner balance. The attitude is essential in becoming balanced. I don't like the word positive, because nobody can be positive 24/7, just like nobody can be negative 24/7. But it's essential to develop more harmony within. And it's a choice of attitude. Many times, I've got a story for you. There's a woman I skate with, and She was telling me her whole life story, how she had lost her son, and the smile on her face was so inspiring. She was taking the choice to be a co-creator of her reality, because the secret of alchemy is making the best out of the worst and not allowing external events to govern your internal condition. Through our attitude, we can become positive, because being negative is a choice all the time. And now you are out of balance. We have to harmonize the two. And seeing that we can't please everyone, it's not our job to please everyone. I have to remind myself of that, and that keeps me in balance. I don't take any of this personally, because I see that when you change your perspective, now you develop balance. When you can see the bigger picture is bigger than me. But more so, when you change how you react to a situation, now you become more balanced within yourself. Absorbing yourself in the moment, allowing thoughts to come through you without judgment, allowing emotions to come through you without judgment. That's how you lose your mind and come to your senses, which promotes positivity within every single cell in your body. Epigenetics. I love coming out to nature because our environment, epigenetics, is changing our DNA. Many times when we are feeling depressed, low, anxious, it's because we are in the room, which is the cube. And that's where the depression circulates. When we start looking at what we are eating, because bananas help remove depression, bringing more positivity in our lives. A plant-based diet helps us feel better about ourselves. It gives us that self-love. It gives us that confidence. It gives us that motivation to get up every single day. I love when the sun is shining. But even if the sun is not shining, I can still be a magician. And when we are feeling down, whether it's because of what someone has said to us, we have to start taking responsibility for our emotions. And more so, building that support network. Because positive people hang around with other positive people. If you are feeling low and down and sorry for yourself, you're going to attract that same kind of energy to you, because we attract not what we want. We attract what we feel internally. Right now, it's about elevation. It's about knowledge of self. It's about wisdom. And being positive is about embracing the dark side. That's what I do. I learned and I was baptized in the mystery. For years, in deep esoteric information. None of this stuff was super positive, but it freed me because it gave me a deeper insight into the human condition. We are living in magnificent times. And when we can develop that balance, that peace, by not running away from our negative feelings and emotions and integrating them within ourselves, now we become balanced, which is super positive and it is super negative. Make yourself laugh. Do a silly dance. Don't take life so seriously. These are all the things that I tell myself, because many of us, we are walking through life like stone glass, and glass shatters. But the more we begin to take life lightly and enter our heart space, now we have a beautiful energy. We have more serenity. we are radiating more positive energy because we are surrendering to who we are. Let go. It's hard to let go because there are so many things we have to hold on to. And what's helped me is just by every single day making sure I am doing something that I love. I chose to work in a profession that I could study myself every single day. That's why I studied psychology. That's why I studied criminology. That's why I counsel people, because in the process, I am learning more about myself. So when you start studying more, reading more, neuroplasticity, seeing that our brain changes based on our experience, whatever we do most often, we become. Because yes, whatever we focus on grows. And because of that, we have to become conscious of what we are tuning into every single day to ask ourselves, how is this helping me in becoming the greatest version of myself? And I see that whatever I am doing, it is because I want to do it. Nobody is making me do it. So ask yourself, are you doing what you love, or are you doing what other people want? Because in staying positive, and when we talk of people who are negative, they are not negative. It's just that they have let go of society's expectations. Negative and positive is just a perception. In truth, there are only actions and consequences. So when we see that we're living based according to our belief systems, we could start using more belief systems which are empowering. We can start using more words that uplift our spirit. I will, I can, I must, not I will try. And that's what we call neuro-linguistic programming. But all the power and all the tools lie within us to create the life we desire. I realize I have nothing to lose. Because when you first start sharing your journey with the world, that is when it is the hardest. I've been doing this, and every single time I am sharing with the world, I am studying, I am working, I am removing fear. Because the more you face fear, the more fear bows down to you. You make fear your ally. And that's what I am doing. And that keeps me positive, because with the positive, I ride alongside the negative. I transcend that duality. And now I become the complete human, the empowered human, 360 senses. I know why I came here. And that is to be free, to be happy, but more so to be authentic. What is your soundtrack to life? What are you dancing to? Because in becoming positive, we have to ask ourselves, what sound frequencies are we allowing into our temple? Because that is affecting the biochemistry of the brain. That is affecting our mind, our perceptions, but more so our heart space. And I love bossa nova music. It makes me feel amazing. I've been to Brazil twice and I'm going back. Third time lucky. Hey. I get inspired by people who are willing to live their truth. That is how to be positive, is to focus on those kinds of people. Because a lot of us, we spend time focusing on the negative, on the gossip, on the drama. But at the same time, we have to ask ourselves, is this energy generating or energy depleting? I am learning from everything around me. But more so, I know that the power lies within me. And because of that, I see that, hey, I am just sharing my perspective. And when I listen to other people, they are just sharing their perspective. I've done videos where I've been very scientific, and that's not fun for me. I like just being myself. That is how I stay positive. And that is why so many people out there connect with me. Because it's not what I say. It's never what you say. It's the energy behind that matters. That is why we listen to anybody. I could be talking about pots and pans. It doesn't matter. Or neural pathways. It's the same thing. It's the energy that is coming out of me, that emanates from deep within. And right now on the planet, it's time for a massive party. It's time to open up. It's time to break out of your shell. It's time to expand. But more so, it's time to stop giving yourself such a hard time. It's time to stop doubting yourself so much. It's time to stop beating yourself over the head with a cricket bat. It's time to live free. Loving yourself 100% is the secret to staying positive, because once you abandon yourself, now the world has no choice but to abandon you. Once you take care of yourself, the world has no choice but to take care of you, because not caring what other people think is the greatest form of self-love. How do we get to that point? How do we develop confidence, which is all about trusting yourself? I do this by moving, by shaking, by skating, by exercising daily. This creates the positive ions. And now once you reconnect back to nature, you get the negative ions, which creates perfect balance. When we're just sitting down in front of the computer for hours, not only are we developing myopia, but it's straining our back. So I always am aware of what I'm doing with my body, and just getting physical fitness every single day is a great way to start changing the chemistry, the biology, the psychology within our body. Failure is what holds us back. Doubt is what holds us back. But more so, this search for perfection is what is making all of us unhappy. Not making any mistakes is what holds us back. But what I've seen is that once I began to let go of perfection, now perfection started to manifest, because that is how I stay positive. By always giving myself a new challenge, never resting on my laurels and seeing that I can never lose. I can never win. I am the prize. I am magnificent the way I am. 100% acceptance. And that is the only way. That's why I can keep creating and creating and creating, because I have a limitless mindset. When you have a limitless mindset, you can stay positive. But at the same time, I am just a human. I'm a real person. I show you my strengths. I show you my weaknesses. I can tell you I've been hospitalized when I was studying, but I bounce back because I'm a magician. I'm an alchemist. And when you learn the tools of transformation, life takes on a whole new meaning. We start to fly, because the only limitations we have are the ones we impose on ourselves. I didn't want any part of it. And the more I see that staying positive once again every single self-help book is saying, just be positive. But we have to feel our negativity to be positive. I've felt hell and it's hot. Whew. But I love that heat, that kind of heat. That is the catalyst for becoming the greatest version of yourself. And you free yourself from this duality, what we call the mirage of separation. Become your greatest version by surrendering to who you are and stepping into your authenticity. Feelings are the language of the heart. How are you? I'm fine. Fearful, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. We start to feel more positive when we get real with ourselves, to say, actually, I'm not fine. I am very annoyed. We can now release the emotion, which creates more equilibrium within ourselves. When we are forcing ourselves to be happy all the time, we only deceive ourselves. When we're in a job which is not serving us, we only deceive ourselves. When we're with a group of friends who we are not resonating with 100%, we only deceive ourselves. So we end up feeling resentment towards these people when in essence, we have to move in the direction of the energy we are in resonance with. I love waking up every single day, and in the early hours of the day is where we have the most energy. We're bursting full of great positive energy. And once we can do what we most love first thing in the day, this sets the tone for the rest of the day. It helps us to stay positive. And we throw ourselves into a beautiful ocean. We swim around. Now we are getting charged up. The negative ions connecting with the positive ions within us. Now we have total balance. And that's it. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is who had the most fun. We're here in nature, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.